All stories belong to Anansi. Stories did not always belong to Anansi. In the beginning, all stories belonged to Tiger. He owned them because he was the biggest and strongest animal in the bush. Tiger owned everything in the bush. Anansi, the teeniest in the bush, owned nothing. When he whispered, nobody heard him. And when he hollered, everyone laughed at him. One day, Anansi decided to go and ask for something to be named for him. So he went to the home of Tiger. When him come to Tiger, he bowed so low that his forehead actually touched the ground. He said, "Everything is named for you, Tiger. How come nothing is named for me? We give your name to everything. Tiger Lily, Tiger Moss, Tiger this, Tiger that. But nothing bears me name." "That's true," said Tiger. "So you want something to be named for you, is that what you say?" "Yeah, man," said Anansi. "Well, what do you want?" said Tiger. "I want all stories to be named for me," said Anansi. So Tiger him think to himself, I tricked this boy. I play a joke on Anansi. "That cool," said Tiger, "that cool. I name stories for you, Anansi. But first, 'tis a little thing I ask for. Bring to me Snake, him that live by river. Bring him to me alive on Saturday. Then you have the stories." See, now all the animals in the bush all started to laugh at Anansi because Tiger was going to make a fool out of Anansi. Snake is big, 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 and Anansi is teeny, teeny, teeny. Anansi said to him, "That's the deal, man. I bring you Snake on Saturday. Then all stories be named for me." So Anansi went home, and all through the bush, he constantly heard everything in the bush laughing at him. All creatures big and small laughed at him. Tiger tricked Anansi bad. Now this was Monday. On Tuesday, Anansi gets a big idea, a marvelous idea. Anansi decided to build a calaban to trap Snake. So he took a strong, strong vine and made a noose. He hid it in the long grass and put a load of berries in the noose. Then Anansi waited and waited. Then he saw Snake come slithering down through the bushes and seize the berries. "These berries to be my dinner," Snake says. So he laid across the vine and started to eat the berries. Now, Anansi tried to pull hard on the noose, but Snake was just too heavy. Anansi pulled and pulled and pulled, and Snake just kept eating berries to his heart's content. Snake ate all the berries, and Snake went home. Next day, Anansi gets a big, big, big idea. "This one work," Anansi said. "Today me catch Snake." So Anansi dug a deep, deep hole by the side of the road. Then he climbed in and rubbed grease all over the sides to make it all nasty and slippery. On the bottom, he put a banana. Now Snake loves bananas. Then Anansi thought to himself, "Snake goes into the hole to catch bananas, and then he can't come out because the sides are too slick. This do the trick, this do the trick." So Anansi hid in a bush beside the road to wait, and Snake came slithering down the road as him hungry for dinner, and spotted the hole and the bananas. Now Snake saw that the sides of the hole were slippery and greasy, and so he wrapped his tail along the trunk of the tree and slipped only his head into the hole. Snake ate all the bananas and then pulled himself back. Snake just crawled away, him belly full of Anansi's bananas. Anansi now had no bananas and no Snake. He decided to make a fly-up to catch the Snake. Snake would put his head into the trap, and Anansi would pull him straight up. So Anansi built the fly-up. Inside the trap, Anansi put one egg. One delicious egg. Then he hid in the bushes and waited for Snake to come along. Snake felt happy when he saw the egg, but then lifted his head up and snatched the egg right out of the trap. Then he lifted his head right back up again without even touching the trap and slithered away. Once again, Anansi had no egg, no snake, and an empty belly. Friday morning came, and Anansi was beside himself. Snake had taken all of Anansi's food, and Anansi still had not caught Snake. Rotten luck, Anansi said. So Anansi thought all day on Friday, sitting on a pebble and thinking hard how to catch Snake. But nothing came to him. Anansi was going to lose his deal with Tiger. Saturday morning came, and on this day, Tiger wanted Snake so that all stories could be named for Anansi. Anansi had no way to catch Snake. This looked real bad for him. So he decided to go for a walk down by the river to have a think, and ended up walking past Snake's hole. Snake was lying there, watching the sun come up, with his head out, but his body in the hole. "Ah, Anansi, me very angry with you, man," Snake said. "All week you try and catch me. First the Caliban, then the slippery hole, then yesterday the fly up. Me have a good mind to eat you up." "Snake, you misunderstand," said Anansi. "I'm just trying to prove that you're the longest thing in the world." "Yeah, but everybody know me the longest thing in the world," said Snake. Anansi now has a plan. Keep Snake talking. Tell him a story. "Snake, are you longer than that bamboo over there?" Now Snake is filled with great pride for his mighty length. "I'm bigger than biggest bamboo," Snake said. So Anansi chopped down the bamboo tree with his teeny machete. "Me don't think so," Anansi said. "Why don't you come out of that hole and see yourself?" Now Snake knew he was long, and he was quick to come out the hole and lie on top of the bamboo. "Nah, I don't think so," Anansi said. "Bamboo longer, look at it, Snake." And Snake see that bamboo was indeed longer. But wait, it was only because Snake's tail was curled up at the end, so it made the bamboo look longer. "Tie me tail to the bamboo, Anansi. It curl up at the end and it need to be straight. Tie it tight. Me show you me longer than bamboo." Anansi tied Snake's tail to the bamboo. Now, the Kling bird saw what was going on, and he called all the other animals over to have a look. Everybody came, even Tiger. "Me just trying to prove a point," said Anansi, with a big wink to them all. "Snake, you're long, but you curl up even at your belly," said Anansi. "Then tie me there too, and tie it tight. Me show you me longer than bamboo," said Snake. Anansi once again did what Snake asked, and tied Snake's belly to the bamboo. Animals watched and did not say a thing. They could not believe their eyes. "Snake, you're still shorter than bamboo?" "Not by much though, only 6 inches," said Anansi. "What me do now?" Snake say. "I think you can do it, Snake," said Anansi. "You got to stretch hard, man. You got to stretch so hard that your skin goes tight and your eyes pop out. You got to stretch long, Snake." All the other animals chimed in. "Stretch long, Snake," said all the other animals. "Stretch long." And Snake stretched long. So long that his skin started to go tight. "Stretch long," cried all the other animals. "You're winning, Snake. You're almost longer than the bamboo." Snake stretched so hard that his eyes closed. And just like Anansi said, and when Snake's eyes closed, Anansi tied Snake's head to the bamboo. Anansi had done it. He had caught Snake. Snake was all tied up and ready for Tiger. All the other animals were silent. Anansi, this teeny thing, had caught Big Snake himself. So now Tiger comes close to Anansi, with his tail moving back and forth. Anansi and Snake look at Tiger, but Tiger did not slow down. He just kept walking into the bush. Tiger looked over his shoulder at Anansi and gave a brief nod. He said nothing, but we all know what that look meant. With that look, Tiger said, "You win, boy. All stories now belong to you, Anansi." And after that, nobody dared to call them Tiger stories. All stories now belong to Anansi, for he had caught Snake. Even this story belongs to Anansi.